Alone at the edge of the world, Jake thought he was the last man alive. Then the radio crackled. Jake had spent 6 months stationed at an Arctic weather outpost, monitoring data, logging storms, speaking only to himself. It was supposed to be a one-man job, until someone spoke back. The radio had been silent for months. The main station had gone dark, cut off by a blizzard weeks ago. No supply drops, no updates, just the endless white void. Then, the static shifted. Hello? The voice was thin, crackling through the distortion. Weak, desperate. But Jake knew the truth. There was no one else left. He answered anyway. Who is this? Silence. Then, help me. The signal came from the abandoned station 50 miles south, a place left for dead years ago. No crew, no power, no one to call for help. Still, the voice pleaded. Still, the voice called his name. And in the dead of night, his station door clicked open. Jake grabbed his rifle, heart hammering. No footprints in the snow, no sign of entry, just the wind howling outside. The radio sputtered. The voice had changed, closer, clearer. Come outside, Jake. He turned, pulse racing. The monitor flickered, live security feed from the outpost's entrance. A figure stood there, wrapped in a torn parka, face obscured by frost, watching, waiting. Then, the radio whispered, I'm already inside. Jake spun around, sweat freezing against his skin. The room felt wrong, colder, too still. He checked every corner, every shadow. The door was still locked, but the whisper came again, directly behind him, his own voice. The screen on his laptop flickered, displaying lines of frantic text. His own logs, but he hadn't typed them. Entries filled with desperate pleas. Please let me in. I can't breathe out here. The lights dimmed. His reflection in the frost-covered window didn't move when he did. The camera feed shifted, now showing the inside of his outpost. A figure sat at his desk, hunched over the radio. It looked exactly like him. Jake lunged for the power switch, killing the generator. The station plunged into darkness, the radio cutting off mid-sentence. For a moment, silence. Then, one last whisper in the black. You should have let me in. They found the station months later. Empty, supplies untouched, the logbooks filled with frantic scrawls of a man begging to be let back in. The radio still played static. And sometimes, a voice still calls for help. Isolation can be deadly. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe, and turn on notifications. But if you ever hear a voice in the static, don't answer.